Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am currently in my new house, which we have not moved into yet, but we should be moving into next weekend. But I have been coming over here and doing some painting and like little projects and getting my new office space put together. So I'm going to give you just a really brief tour of my new home office. It's not completely finished yet, but it does look a lot different than it did. And then I figured I would show you my kind of Beauty and the Beast inspired antique bookshelf library that I'm building. And it has a really cool feature that I'll be showing you as well. So before we begin, if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Zoe. I make videos on health and fitness and also luxury lifestyle, as well as some mindset and manifestation content. So if that sounds like something you enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Okay, so before we get to the book collection, let me just show you really quick my office. Okay, so here's what the office used to look like. The furniture was not my color, the wall was not my color, the cushions were not my color. So I just gave it a little bit of a facelift. So now the furniture is white and beige. I painted the desk white and beige, and then I put new pillows and cushions. I painted this wall, and then I painted this over here as well. I still have stuff everywhere because I literally just finished painting. There's still things I need to hang up. There's still decorating I need to do. Obviously, my printer and laptop aren't even in here yet, but I brought my little luxury DIY project I did there. That's just an old Louis Vuitton bag from a previous purchase that I put some fake roses in. And then down here, I have my big amethyst. Over here, I have one book so far. I might put something else in that space right there. The only reason I put that book there is because it's actually too big for the bookshelf. And eventually this carpet will have to go, but that's a project for another time. And then I have my other amethyst that you're used to seeing in the background of my videos right here. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is probably film the majority of my videos right here. I thought about doing it here in this cute little window space, but I'm not sure how that's going to be with the lighting. So I'll have to figure it out. I'm thinking here could be a cute background. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see when I get moved in. Okay, so first I'm going to show you all of my antique books, tell you all about them, where I found them, what year they're from, what they're about, what language they're in, why I picked them, where I got them from. I can't remember if I said that already or not. And then I'm going to show you a very cool feature about my bookshelf. And then I have a question for you guys. I'm actually really needing help making a decision, so please stay tuned for that because I could really use your help. Okay, let's start with this book, which I actually just picked up yesterday. So this is a French book from 1855. It translates to Journal for All. It's such a beautiful spine. This is why I like antique books. Like, one, for the history, but two, like, the craftsmanship is beautiful. A lot of times there's gold and leather, and people really took pride in the way the book looked, and they just don't look the same anymore. So this one actually has a lot of pictures in it, which isn't super common for the really old books. So this one's from 1855. And there's a stamp here from when it used to be in a library in somewhere in France. So the entire book is in French. It has some stains, which I don't mind when the book is this old. The condition, it's nice to have it in good condition, but it's definitely not a top priority. So this date is April 7th, 1855, and then there's different dates throughout the book. I haven't gone through this in great detail, just because I just got it yesterday, but this was printed in 1855. Some really cool pictures and articles, which I do plan on reading. I'm actually learning French. That's one thing that I started doing this year, kind of wasn't really on my vision board. I don't want to say it's spontaneous because it's something I've wanted to do because I do have family that lives in France, and I used to go every year, and I do plan on going next year in 2025. So I am currently taking French lessons. So I can actually understand a good bit of this, but obviously not all of it. So I think this will help with my French lessons, just give me some good practice. I am not entirely sure what is going on here, but there's a man and a whole bunch of monkeys, and that monkey looks really angry. So I'm gonna have to read this. So obviously the bookshelf or library, as I like to call it, is not full yet. And that's because I want to leave space for finding books just on my travels or randomly or when I find antique stores. I didn't want to just buy a whole bunch of books at once for the sake of buying books and then put them there. I try to only buy the ones that I really am genuinely drawn to, either because I think they're pretty or I like the title or the book itself is interesting or it's really old. So I'm definitely leaving space for collecting. And as I collect more, I will definitely share with you guys. I also wanted to put a couple of like little trinkets here and there that aren't books. So like this is my antique jewelry box that you saw in my treasure hunting video, and it has my bird's feathers in there, Louis' feathers in there, and I just think it's so beautiful and has kind of like a Beauty and the Beast princess vibe and just really looks beautiful here. Okay, next book in the collection. This is a German school book. This is from 1867. And I don't speak German. My husband actually does. He is German. And I'll have to show this to him and ask him. It's either about ancient Greece or ancient Rome or both. I'm not sure. But there's some really cool pictures in here. Oh, look, Caesar. Okay, that answers my question. What I really liked about this book are these pages that fold out here. I don't know why. I just think that's so cool. But yeah, what a beautiful book to have as a school book back in the 1800s. Really cool. Oh, and I forgot to mention both of these books, that French journal book and then this German school book, I bought at an antique store here in Las Vegas, the Charleston Antique Mall. The next book is a French book. This one's actually two stories in one. This is The Lily in the Valley and The Girl with Golden Eyes, I believe. And this one's from the 1900s. So 1969. It's not that old, but the stories are old. The stories are from the 1800s, but this book was printed in 1969 in Paris, but the book itself was still so beautiful. And this was actually my very first book in the collection. I got this at an antique store in Arizona, and I just thought it was so beautiful. I was so drawn to it, and I decided to get it. And then ever since then, I've just had the urge to collect antique books. Okay, which one next? Should I just go in order or? Some of these books too, oh my gosh. Okay, so one of the coolest things about collecting these books is the people that resell them don't always really look through them that well. And sometimes I find things in there, like either people wrote notes or there's like actual folded pieces of paper that was like a note that somebody wrote, or like old bookmarks and things like that. And so I love flipping through all the pages to see what I can find. And I have found a couple of notes in these books, which I'll show you. All right, let's grab these two. Another French book. This one was part of a volume, but I don't have the whole volume. I only have number 2. I think the majority of my books are in French. But this one is from 1901. And this one I haven't really read through very much. I'll have to read through it to try and figure out what exactly it's about. This one I bought purely for the spine. It is so pretty. So this one is in English, Ballads and Metrical Tales, Volume 1. It's the only one that I have. The next 3 are 3 French theater books, Volume 1, 2, and 3. So I have all 3. I'll just show you one though, because this one had surprises in it. So somebody wrote in there and has the date 1905. So sometimes when you flip through, you find things. Oh my God. Okay, I thought this was the other note that I already found in here, and it isn't. I'm legitimately finding this for the first time with you guys, and oh my God. I just opened it up and I had to stop filming because I got confused because I was expecting the letter that I knew was in here, but no. Look, it's pressed flowers. Oh my God. I remember doing that when I was a kid in school. They would have us get books and press flowers in them. I wonder when these are from. Like, are they from 1905? Are they from 2 years ago? Like, when are these from? They're super fragile, so I'm not even going to try and pick them up. But that is cool. Ugh, pressed flowers in an old French book. Stop. Oh my God. What a fairy tale. Okay, so a few pages back, this is what I originally found. So this is written in English. It's something, little something, juicy bird. I don't know, super random. Sometimes the notes I find are like super sweet and sometimes they make no sense. And then this one also, oops, had a third one. These, if I'm reading that correctly, I think it says Euphoria pour moi. I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna have to read this and see what this is about. That was so cool, finding those pressed flowers. Like, I really did not know those were there until right now. So thanks for being a part of that journey with me. Like, every now and then I'll take down these books and flip through them and read them and just genuinely enjoy them because they are for display, but I also really do like to flip through them and read them from time to time, but I don't always take a thorough look. And to be fair, I did also just get that collection yesterday. So that's one of my newest pieces. But yeah, I had no idea those flowers were there. That is so cool. Okay, two more French books, and then we will move up here. Most of these are in English. So this one is another French theater book. I got this maybe 6 months ago, again at an antique shop in Las Vegas. Most of them I got at antique shops in Las Vegas, and then a couple of them I got online. Like this one I got online from a vintage bookstore, and this one as well. So this still has French library stuff in it. It came from a French library in Marseille. I mean, it's not where it came from, but that's where it was before it made it to me. 1845. Can you believe it? I have to be pretty careful with this one because it's not in the strongest condition. Wait, is this from a liquor store? Is that what that is? I don't know. So some of these I got for really good deals. I got for like 20 bucks, and then others were a little pricier. It really just depends on like the book, the year, the condition, if it's first edition, if it's a reprint. But I mean, you can find really awesome vintage books anywhere from like 20 bucks all the way up to like thousands of dollars. I think the most expensive one I've bought has been like 70. So I haven't gotten into the really, really expensive stuff yet. But there is a really bougie antique bookstore inside the Venetian here in Vegas that I have not been to yet, and I do plan on going. So who knows what kind of treasures I'll find there.
So this book I actually bought because of the spine. Half of it is missing, which I thought was cool. The date here is in Roman numerals. This book was printed in 1821. It's over 200 years old. That is crazy to me that it's that old, and now it's in my house, a part of my collection. Also, guys, I apologize. My microphone died. I don't know how long it's been dead, so it's probably a little echoey in here because I don't have my furniture in here yet, but the video must go on. Okay, so next up, this one I got online at an antique bookstore on Etsy, and I bought it because I thought it was pretty. The Bric-a-Brac series, 1874. Now I feel like I have to go back and check. I think the oldest book was the one from 1821. I think that's the oldest one I have. I think. I'm gonna have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure. But I would love to get one from the 1700s and the 1600s and the 1500s. The 1400s, which is when I think the first printing press was around, I think. And then of course, any books that are older than that, like the originals, would be handwritten. So that would be amazing as well. And like I said earlier, I do plan on doing some traveling next year and would love to find some more books during my travels. This is a poetry book, all leather. It is falling apart though, and I believe this one's from the 1900s. I also got this one online. Oh no, I forgot. How could I forget? This is the one that I bought because it's from 1894 and I was born in 1994, so it's 100 years before I was born, and I just thought that was cool. But yeah, these are a bunch of poems, which, to be honest, like, the poems themselves are okay. I know he's a very famous poet, and they're okay. There's a few good ones, but yeah, I bought it mostly because I thought it was a fun piece to have. Okay, just a few more and then I will show you the coolest feature about this bookshelf and ask you guys for your opinion on a certain something. Arendelle, like Frozen. Actually, I'm not sure. This one I bought really recently, and my daughter pointed it out, and I haven't gone through it thoroughly, but I believe it's about the travels of two men somewhere up in Canada. I don't know if there's a place in Canada called Arendelle. Again, I haven't actually read it yet, but when my daughter found it, she's like, I bet that's where Frozen was based off of. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool if that's true. Let's buy it. Also, it's pretty. 1933, so almost 100 years old. This is another one I bought just because I thought it was beautiful. Robert Browning's poems. There's a guy just chilling, like on a swan, naked, with a harp, like living his best life. And I don't know, I just thought that was awesome. So I bought this one purely for the aesthetics, but so many of the books I look through have this written in here. It's like almost always a gift for Christmas. Like, I would say 70% of the vintage books that I find have some kind of writing. So this was Christmas 1886. Like, how cool is that I have a book that was a Christmas gift in 1886. Astor Place, if you know who the Astors are, that's pretty cool. This book was actually printed in 1872 and then I guess just gifted a few years later in 1886. And this is my Mark Twain collection. So I have 4 books here. I don't have all of them. There's a lot missing. So there's 20, 18, 11, and 4. And these are from the early 1900s is when these were printed. And I just thought they looked so beautiful together. But I have Europe and Elsewhere, the $30,000 bequest, A Tramp Abroad, which I thought was hilarious, and The American Claimant. So, I mean, those just look so pretty there all together. So I have a lot more room for a lot more collecting, which is good because I genuinely enjoy finding these treasures just as I go throughout life. So I don't know, this just like fulfills my Princess Beauty and the Beast inspired library that I've always thought would be cool to have, and now I can finally have one. So the coolest feature about this bookshelf, I'm sure you can already guess, it's a secret passageway. Oh my gosh, talk about a fairy tale. So yes, this does open up into a quite large room. I'm not gonna go in there yet because it's not finished, but because it's not finished, that means I can do whatever I want in there, and I cannot figure out what I wanna do. Like, what should it be? What room would be cool to have behind a bookshelf? It has electricity, so it has lights. It's a pretty big room, but it's completely unfinished, so I have a totally blank canvas. What should I do? What would be cool to have back there? I cannot decide. So if you have any ideas, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. I'm not in a rush to get it done, but I definitely want to start thinking about it so that way when the time comes to work on it, I'm like good to go. I know exactly what I want to do. One of my daughters had an idea to make it like an indoor princess fairy garden, which would honestly be pretty cool. But I don't know, like I don't know what I want to do with that space. Something amazing, something like luxurious and bougie and cool and like unique, but I don't know. So if you have ideas, please share them with me. And of course, we cannot forget to check this off the vision board. Another one down. And I know my library is not complete, but it has started and it definitely will be as full as this one day in my new home. Thank you so very much for watching. If you are a book nerd or antique nerd like me, I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm so sorry about the echo in here. I would have charged my microphone if I knew it was that low in battery. I don't have all my stuff here yet, so I'm just doing the best I can right now. High quality videos will be coming very soon once we move in. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below and like this video. Have a fabulous rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.